Hi again, it's Hugh. This time with, in my book, The Healing Power of Hypnosis, a fascinating subject which may be a little bit uncomfortable, perhaps, if you hadn't been aware of it before. And it's in a way, it's like the smoking cessation in chapter 14, in that there was the message kind of hidden in that past life that we had to dig out in order to be successful. And this has a similar ring to it. So back to the womb. I did not know before I came across this book by Michael Gabriel, Voices from the Womb. He had been a counselor slash hypnotherapist for 20 years and found that he had good success overall, but only as far back as birth. He didn't even think that you could go further back than that. And he didn't say in the book how he discovered that there's a whole wealth of information stored from our times in the womb that is accessible afterwards. But he somehow, whether it was research or he stumbled onto it, he found that um, that could really be significant as far as making a person aware of influences in their life that were in effect hidden in the womb. Voices from the Womb, pretty grab you title. It was republished 2 years later, and they changed the title to something like uh, um, "Understanding Life Before You Were Born." And maybe a gentler title, but Voices from the Womb, I love it because it's just powerful, and being in the womb and getting that information is powerful. So um, when we do that, get information from the womb, um, we don't have traditional cognitive memories of those times. It was before the brain, was developed completely, but we have body sensation and cellular memories, which the subconscious mind can convert to readable, understandable memories today. So that's how the transition goes, because there was just no way that we could remember what was going on in the room with our brains, but our body sensations were picking it up, and they still have it, and then it can impact us uh, after we were born. So um, that's just important to be aware of, that the techniques are available that can allow us to go back and experience what it was like in the womb. So normally we might think of the womb as kind of a cozy, warm, safe, and protective place to be. And we spend our time being fed well and being nurtured, and everything should be wonderful. And then we get born. Maybe we don't even think back to those times, but we would imagine them in a very positive way, possibly. And I'm sure that's the way it has been for many people. But there's also the other side of it, and the side that says if a mother is, say, feeling stress of any kind, or having traumatic responses to what's going on in her life when she's carrying a baby, she and the baby are all the same system. So what the mother experiences, the baby experiences. That means it's possible that when a baby is born, it can have a habit in place, negative or positive, that was a result of its time in the womb. So now that we can go back to those times, it's another element of taking what needs to be released from the present day, and the person heals. So in that ideal world, everything's fine. But when people come for hypnosis, and there's some connection that alerts them to check in with what was going on in the womb, it opens up a whole new world. And Michael Gabriel had a quote. I think I can pull it out, but it was the idea that when there had been some negative influences within the mother, and as a result within the baby in wombic times, he said, until we release and resolve those those problematic issues. We'll continue to lead our life like puppets, controlled by the forgotten strings of a distant past. So that is an expression that covers hypnosis in general. Mm-hmm. But now it's applied directly to the womb. Until we go back and release those negative things and replace them, we're going to live with them the rest of our lives. They're on automatic pilot. A whole new direction. And I find it fascinating. And if you want to give it a check, you may also. Book, The Healing Power of Hypnosis.